And now some experts in democracy say violations of human rights, absence of respect of the rule of law, seat-tight power syndrome, independence of the judiciary, and election rigging and fraud have seriously hampered the democratic progress of the African continent. However, there have been some remarkable advancements over the past years. And in the excerpt which comes up next, Dr. Christopher Fomunyo, who is Senior Advocate or Senior Associate for Africa and Regional Director of the US-based National Democratic Institute for International Affairs, highlights some democratic steps taken by some African nations in this excerpt.
When I started at NDI, there were only 4 African countries that were considered democratic in the sense of allowing for political parties to form. And those 4 countries were Senegal, Botswana, Mauritius, and the Gambia. But when you look at Africa today, you can see that well over 12 countries are considered fully democratic, and maybe 18 or 19 others are considered partially democratic, which makes for a total of 30. And I'm extremely proud of the fact that in these 30 countries that have made democratic progress in the past 2.5 decades, the institute that I represent, the National Democratic Institute, has had a lot of engagement in those countries and has contributed positively to the changes that we see in those countries. It's, you know, when you go into a country like South Africa and post-apartheid South Africa in the 90s, and people like Archbishop Desmond Tutu, now of blessed memory, come up to you and say, thank you, NDI, for helping us with Project Vote, you know, helping train South Africans on how to engage in the electoral process, coming after decades of the exclusion of black South Africans in the political processes of their country. In the year 2000, we went to Senegal, and Senegal, like many of the other African countries, had very low representation of women in parliament. And we made the rounds. We went from political party to political party, and we said to them, we can make a commitment to you that if you nominate women to run for political office, we would train those women to be excellent candidates, and we'll make sure that they win their campaigns. And across the board, Senegalese political parties signed a joint agreement without waiting for a law to be passed, a joint agreement saying that they have committed to partner with NDI and that they will nominate at least 30% of women to run for local elections in Senegal in the year 2000. They nominated over 8,000 women. NDI trained all 8,000 women to run for election across party lines, and thousands of them got elected into local councils in Senegal in the year 2000. Today, it's those women who were elected at the local level who are now running for seats in parliament. And when you go to Senegal today, they are very proud of the fact that close to 48% of their representation in parliament is made up of women.